The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Tonight on the South Today, a big project is on the cards for Dunedin's sinking suburb as plans for its future are unveiled. An international mountain bike competition is landing in Queenstown following a global search for an ideal location. And a Christchurch high school is completing its new spot in the city, the first of its kind in the Southern Hemisphere. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Hannah Wilkins. A Dunedin suburb is on the forefront of some major upgrades as an initiative puts forward plans to help the area adapt to climate change. A list of approaches to future-proof the low-lying urban location was released this morning, targeting roads, parks and future developments.
Discussing the future of Dunedin's sinking suburb. A big project is on the cards for roads, parks and infrastructure in South Dunedin, as a number of approaches for shaping the suburb's future were unveiled on Friday. The South Dunedin Future Initiative released 16 possible ideas for helping the coastal low-lying urban area adapt to climate change, taking note of the suburb's vulnerability to surface flooding.
We are going to get more water, whether that's from more intense rainfall events, rising groundwater, rising sea level. So the challenge that we have now going to become greater in the future, and that's what this plan's all about, really.
South Dunedin is home to more than 13,000 people, 1,500 businesses and a range of critical city infrastructure, but has no natural surface water outlet. The plans focus on designing roads and parks to be flood-proof, as well as elevating land and restricting development in at-risk areas.
We haven't decided on any of this. This is basically one of the key purposes is to go out and have a conversation with the community if we get the green light from council, and I think probably increase awareness of what's on the table.
Program Manager Jonathan Rowe says nothing is set in stone with the plans or costing, which are set to be discussed by the Dunedin City Council and Otago Regional Council next week. In Dunedin, the South Today.
And a significant transformation may also be on the cards for Dunedin's Octagon, but a recent report from the City Council reveals it comes with a hefty price tag. Councillors requested a report earlier this year on the different options for upgrading the Octagon next June to enhance its appeal and functionality. Costs for the proposal are estimated to range from $15 million to a substantial $52 million. The project is part of a broader plan totalling around $78 million, which has recently been focused on George Street and Princes Street upgrades. The report will be presented to councillors on Tuesday, outlining plans to further upgrade the city centre as part of the ongoing Central City Plan. The global search for a suitable mountain bike competition location is over as a site near Queenstown wins over the Scouts. It's the Natural Selection Proving Ground's first time out of the United States, premiering a documentary that highlights the searching efforts.
Eager viewers crowded in to catch a glimpse at the big screen as the Search for the Proving Grounds film premieres in Queenstown on Thursday evening. First hitting the screens at the Sherwood Hotel, the documentary follows professional mountain bike riders as they scout 10 locations across central Otago to find a suitable place to host the world-class event. And now with plans to hit the trails next February, Natural Selection Proving Grounds has now found its new long-term home.
And then within Queenstown there were about 10 locations that we thought would be great, and so what we've done tonight is just announce that Mount Dewar, the tree space project just next to Coronet Peak, is the perfect venue for doing Proving Ground South.
Proving Grounds will see a mix of the world's top mountain bikers and up-and-coming athletes take on the Wakatipu course, competing against each other in the hybrid free-ride big mountain and slope style event.
I think it's going to be inspiring for everybody in the community. Seeing it on your home soil will be something that will really help all the young kids as well as the professionals or the semi-professionals that are trying to become professional.
Organisers will also be hosting the Dream Ticket qualifying event at Fern Hills Dream Track the weekend before, giving undiscovered talent in the local community a chance to prove they belong on the big stage. In Queenstown, the South Today.
Telford Farmer Institute graduates took centre stage yesterday, parading through the streets of Balclutha to celebrate their academic achievements. The Clutha Pipe Band led the parade on Thursday as a procession of 51 newly graduated students proudly marched down Clyde Street. The group made their way to the town's new Tapu Amata'o Clutha District Memorial and Community Centre for their official graduation ceremony. Telford staff feel it's been a positive year for the institution and say they already have 75 students enrolled for 2024. Christchurch is welcoming its newest school after a 12-year journey to find a new home for 430 pupils. And it's a school with a difference. Marian College Catholic Girls' School has been rebuilt under a giant warehouse roof, likely the first project of its kind in the Southern Hemisphere.
This is Christchurch's newest school and has been largely built inside a giant warehouse.
It's a unique build, and so most people are quite surprised. You can't see much from the outside because of the warehouse structure, but once you come in, it's remarkable, and so most people are completely blown away by it.
Catholic Girls' School Marian College has finally moved into its brand new $50 million purpose-built school after a long 12-year journey to find a permanent home. The school's former site in Shirley was badly damaged in the 2011 Canterbury earthquake, forcing staff and students to move to a temporary location in Barbados Street. The Catholic Diocese bought the former Foodstuffs Distribution Centre in Northcote and decided to retrofit the two-storey school inside the giant former warehouse.
It's pretty unique, I think, to have what is 7,000 sort of square metres of covered area, including sports courts, which typically in a school of this sort of size would be outside, and so exposed to the elements. So yeah, so that's amazing.
Davidson says the main centrepiece is their chapel, which features a large cross made from wood from an oak tree at the school's old Shirley site, along with a striking starlit ceiling. The new site hosts 26 classrooms, a full-size gymnasium and 4 multi-use indoor sport courts catering for its 430 pupils.
A lot of our students live in this area. Our brother school, St Bede's, is just down the road, and St Joseph's Papanui is next door, and we have a lot of students come from North Canterbury, so it feels like home already.
The new Marian College is due to be officially opened next February, welcoming students for the new school year. In Christchurch, the South Today.
Whai Yakane, still to come on the South Today. Some new but traditional canoes are being welcomed in central Otago, and a Dunedin pharmacist prepares to tighten his last pill containers after 40 years.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Black Friday double dip! My mate John's extended his Black Friday sale for one final weekend. He's taken a whopping 30% off everything. Plus pay it off over 30 months interest free. My mate John.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
such a sweet girl.
What are you dreaming about?
Just music.
The Power of Dreams by Honda.
Welcome to Collections 23.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. 2 new traditional canoes are being welcomed in Alexandra, putting wind in the sails for Māori house across the region. The sport of waka ama is an important part of the Pasifika cultural identity, allowing participants to connect with their heritage.
Alexandra iwi members singing a passionate waiata, blessing Ururu Whenua Halter's new waka ama in central Otago. Around 50 people gathered along the shores of Lake Dunstan recently, welcoming 2 6-seater outrigger canoes named Sweet Kura and Tuna Kuwharuwharu. Project co-coordinator Henry Heather says the competitive sport builds teamwork and forces people from all walks of life to work together.
You get everybody on a common goal in a boat, especially in a boat, because you're out there with 6 of you, you've actually got to learn to be together somehow along the way, and if it's not going to work, then you're not going to go anywhere, to be honest.
He says the waka ama will be used by a mix of the community, including at-risk youth and athletes competing in the national competitions.
Especially with our young people, because there's so many influences out there today that some of our young people tend to get over, there are too many options out there.
Heather says the blessing of the 2 waka ama was a special occasion and hopes the sport will help promote Māori health and well-being across the region. In Alexandra, the South Today.
Farewell to his business, hoping to embark on some new journeys and enjoy the retirement life. Keith Newton has been prescribing smiles to the local community for more than 4 decades, but has decided it's time to call it quits.
Mornington pharmacy owner Keith Newton counting pills and counting down the minutes before the end of his last ever shift. The 65-year-old pharmacist was filled with a mix of emotions as he stepped away from the business on Thursday, reminiscing on some fond memories. Newton had served the local community for more than 40 years and hopes the chemist shop will continue to help people within the community.
Pharmacy has been bought by the Antidote Group here in town, but all the staff are staying on, so the only change will be that I won't be here.
Newton reckons it's time for him to enjoy some other things outside the pharmacy, saying he already has some plans of what to do with his time in retirement.
Nothing set in stone, or just hopefully a bit more golf. Got grandkids here in Dunedin and Wellington, so get to spend more time with them, and no plans to travel too far afield, but certainly see more of New Zealand.
Newton says he'll miss working with his staff and meeting customers, but admits he definitely won't miss counting pills. In Dunedin, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. The South Dunedin Future Initiative revealed its upgrade plans, hoping to help the area adapt to climate change. Queenstown will host a major mountain bike competition following a global search for the best terrain. And Christchurch's Marian College opened the doors to its new purpose-built school, with students set to move in by Christmas. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we're welcoming back our editor, Paul McIntyre. Hello, Paul.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good. Now what can we expect to read in our big paper?
So much. We've got a Dunedin shop owner says her trade has been cut in half with all the work that's been going on in George Street. They've actually had a lot of people there today as well, getting ready for the Santa Parade on Sunday.
Of course, yes.
We've got the winning flag in the St Clair competition, so have a look at that. And finally, my favourite is a dairy farmer is digging fence poles during the day and then pole dancing at night.
The yin to the yang. All right. We look forward to reading a more very intriguing story, Paul. Thank you.
Thanks.
Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, and it's a mostly fine day over the region tomorrow, but a cold front will arrive on Sunday with colder winds and a few showers. Heading to the top of the South Island, northerlies and late showers with 21 in Nelson tomorrow. Greymouth is dry but breezy on 19, and Christchurch is warm with some high clouds and 22 degrees. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. Afternoon showers and easterlies are on their way to Ashburton tomorrow with 23 as the high. Timaru gets some cloud and northerlies with a gorgeous 24, and Oamaru's in for a 22 degree day with fresh winds and patchy cloud. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, northerlies and showers with 19 degrees are expected in both Queenstown and Wanaka, with 21 in high cloud taking over Alex tomorrow. Heading further south, a lovely Saturday ahead with fresh northerlies and scattered cloud with 20 degree highs in Gore, Balclutha and the Catlins. Across to Invercargill, fine but breezy tonight as it drops to 8. Tomorrow's looking great. Expect high cloud and changing winds with 22 degrees. Sunday things cool off a bit with a mix of sunshine and showers with 14 as the day's high. And finally, heading to Dunedin, nor'easterlies and down to 9 degrees tonight. Tomorrow's looking cloudy with fresh winds and a high of 21. Sunday starts showery but will come out fine with a sunny afternoon and 14 degrees just in time for the Santa Parade down George Street. But stay tuned to the Breeze or Radio Dunedin for any changes or cancellations. And that's the news this Friday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand, or follow us on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again next week. Mā te wā.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.